Hello, everybody. Welcome to the COE Catch Showcase. We're going to see some awesome catch players today showing off their talents. I am Snow Leopard. I am the in-person organizer for this, but I want to give a huge shout out to FloFlim to start this off. He's done a ton of work to set this up behind the scenes. He couldn't be here this year, but he helped organize it last year as well. So really, huge shout out to FloFlim. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be having this right now. But we're going to be getting started now with our first player, which is going to be Edgar Figaro, and he's going to be showing catch with a bit of a weird play style. So normally with catch, you have your two keys for movement left and right. That can be arrow keys, whatever have you. And then you have your dash button, which is normally like shift by default. On your other hand, he uses a mouse click for dash. So he's going to play some maps with his interesting skill set for us. So yeah, we can go ahead and get started with Edgar Figaro. I also have Ash Ketchum here with me as well for the commentary.
All right. I think this is working. There we go.
Is this working? Yeah, it is working.
There we are. So our first map is going to be Embraced by the Flame by Undead Corporation. This is a beat map by Diletto and Dust. This one is a long stamina map with a lot of streams. And as I mentioned earlier, we have that mouse click a dash gimmick that Edgar will be showing us. So there we are with that first map from Edgar Figaro. Player from the USA.
Yeah, I believe he's around rank 109, 110.
That sounds about right, I believe, yeah.
Just at that 2-digit threshold, you could say.
So yeah, we're starting out with some pretty tough streams.
Yeah, these are these typical Diletto streams, the mapper of the map, known for his sort of death streamy maps and metal song choice.
Yeah, the star rating on this map, 7.12 stars. So definitely up there in the difficulty, 4 minutes long. This is the type of map that you dread playing in a tournament because it is just going to kill you on endurance.
Absolutely. This will test your stamina for sure. And honestly, I don't know how he's doing it with mouse dash. Like, that is insane to me.
Yeah, I've seen all kinds of different play styles. There's all kinds of weird ones. Some make more sense than others, but mouse dash is definitely... I don't think I know any other player who plays with that, so
yeah,
a very unique one.
It's out there. It's out there, that's for sure.
But still, he's 3-digit, like almost top 100 player with that skill set, so he can make it work.
Absolutely.
The approach rate on this map also AR 9.8, and this is with no mods, so approaching at that highest approach rate.
So I'm actually not sure if he plays the movement with his left or right hand. I assume his left, because he would be dashing with his right hand.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Which is also pretty unusual, I think, for right-handed players.
Yeah, normally if you're right-handed, you would use movement with your right hand. We do have some left-handed players.
So, I don't know what, something's really stuffed about it. It's like it's really laggy and jittery. Not really sure.
Oh, that's all right. Well, we can move to the next one then.
Okay, sorry. I'll put no fail in for the next
But
one.
yeah, we'll get some no-fail in there. It's hard, a lot of pressure to be up on stage and play. First player as well, so give a round of applause for that first map. Takes a lot of guts to come up and be the first player. But we'll move to that second map, and we'll have no-fail this time. This one going to be Kika no Senritsu by Erbilize. And this one is going to be a bit of a different map. We're going to have a jump and wiggle stamina map. So you saw a very stream-heavy map. Now we're going to be moving to one that's very kind of jump and wiggle heavy. That's the two different main pattern types for catch. So we can get started with that second map from Edgar Figaro.
Yeah, this map's also 300 BPM, so it really tests your just speed and stamina, because you have to be really fast in some of these jumps here. And they last for a long, long time, and it's almost 6 minutes, the whole map, so...
Yeah, another AR 9.8 map, just shy of 7 star rating. And it is a bit of a marathon as well, just shy of 6 minutes long. See a lot heavier on the jumps. Got some hyper dashes coming in, interesting patterns, and a bit of wiggle as well.
Yeah, this one's a lot more focused on the jumps than the streams, as opposed to the previous map we just saw. As you can see those hyper back and forth hyper jumps.
Yeah, and a bit of what we would call anti-flow, where the pattern wiggles the opposite way where you want to be moving. So it takes a lot of concentration to be able to flip back and forth like that and kind of go against the standard flow of how you would imagine you would play.
This BPM, that's like a lot harder than just like a normal phase map.
Yeah, oh yeah. This beat map actually is by Razor Sharp as well. So shout out to Razor Sharp for this awesome map. Another fun fact about this map, currently the top score on it is actually a 2-miss and is the only hard rock play on the leaderboard. Everyone else is no mod or hidden, so this is up there in one of the more difficult maps.
For sure, especially for it starting. I think it's just below 7 stars.
Yeah, 6.98.
Yeah, and you really have to sort of be able to play this this speed and these sort of anti-flow patterns as well at a really high level if you want to be able to full combo this.
Yeah, and with the all these tough jumps, it takes a lot of focus, and it is just shy as 6 minutes long. That is a long amount of time to hold your combo and keep your focus on these really brutal jumps.
Definitely. As you can see, it just doesn't let up. It just keeps going.
Yeah, there no breaks, just pure pain.
And this guy's dashing with this mouse, by the way, so his fingers are just jittering on that mouse, dashing at 300 BPM. And as you can see, those sections there are very, very tricky. Especially being on stage and everything.
Yeah, spacing changes throughout as well, so you never get comfortable with one kind of jump distance.
Oh yeah, you have to always have your focus
Big,
up.
yeah, big jazz right there, so you gotta be ready for any kind of distance, and a lot of them are very wide, very small window to hit them.
Also these micro movements on these sort of, I guess you could say stream patterns, but I think it's just the BPM that makes it look like that. But yeah, you have these like sort of small movements that you gotta do to adjust to make sure you hit it perfectly. It's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, you definitely have to have really precise movement on some of these. Some of the wiggles are close enough you can stand perfectly in the middle. Some of them you have to wiggle, but they'll be really fast wiggles. It's a lot to think about and figure out the right move in the moment.
Absolutely.
Some stair patterns there. And finally, a short, a little bit of a reprieve from the difficulty of the map. Get this more quiet section before it'll jump back up again for the ending of the map.
I will say though, when I've played this map before, this section could be the scariest, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you've just been like, you've been hitting those 300 BPM anti-flow sort of jumps and all that, and then there's just these tiny slow sliders that you gotta hit these tiny precision hyper dashes too. Oh yeah, see, it's so easy to miss. It's so easy to miss.
Nerves are very high on this.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, we get back into a build-up, and I believe we'll have one more kind of explosive conclusion to the song for the ending.
Yeah, this lower section is actually quite long, which makes it even scarier, because you have to just keep your focus here and be ready for the ending that picks up again. And your nerves are at the highest here if you're holding a combo. And getting back into that section, those tough hyper jumps, anti-flow.
Yeah, at this point, you're already 5 minutes into the map. You got a little bit of break with that slow section, but it was never a true break. You still had to keep moving, keep your focus, and now it's going to keep speeding up back to that 300 BPM. And it's just relentless on your endurance here.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'll say it again, but for someone that's dashing with their mouse, I mean, your right hand must be feeling it at this point.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because for these precise movements, you got to be sort of dashing, tapping dash a lot, and doing that with your the right hand on the mouse. I mean, I can only imagine that takes a toll.
All right, there we go. That was Edgar Fergaro. And we'll see if he has any quick words for us real quick. Can we get the hand mic going?
No.
See you next time. Welcome to us.
All right, I can just hold this headset, and this is another way to do it. All right, so yeah, that was Edgar Fergaro showing off his mouse to dash skill set. Just any final words about catch or what you recommend to players trying to get into catch? Anything?
To be honest, I mean, I think catch is a really great game mode. I think a lot of people often don't give it a chance because early on it can feel a little bit, it's not very intuitive how the music fits with what you're actually doing. But as you start getting into higher maps, you really kind of start noticing the actual rhythmic qualities of catch and beat. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing that a lot of people, when they're new to catch, they'll feel like they don't really correlate their actions to the music, but it is a rhythm game, and you actually, when you start getting into harder maps, you'll start noticing that you really need the music to actually play these maps properly and to time things. Yeah, obviously, some of this thing was a little bit odd with my skin there and the setup, so I usually play a little bit better, but hopefully it was still good enough to give you a general idea of some of the cooler stuff you can see when you start getting into the higher difficulty maps.
Awesome, thank you. Another round of applause for Edgar Fergaro. Awesome. All right, and up next we have Dutchman, and he is going to be showing us Petja and Pumpin'. And if you're unfamiliar with those, that is some Dutch songs. So our very own Dutchman here. Some of them from the Dutch CWC team's warm-ups. They are well known for their just ridiculous warm-up maps. So I believe we have one, we have Pumpin', and then we'll have two of those warm-up maps for you. So give us just a moment here for Dutchman to set up, and we'll be hopping into that. So while it gets that set up, I'll describe this the first map to you. So the first one is going to be sung Pumpin' by Defense. And that one is, it's like one of the most ancient and recognizable Dutch catch maps. It's a very funny song. It's a short map, just shy of a minute. But yeah, so we'll start out with that, get a little Dutch music going, and then we'll swap over to those two Dutch CWC team warm-ups, which are really a sight to behold. They're some of my favorite maps. When I do map pool showcases, I use them as intro songs sometimes. So definitely some favorites of mine. All right, I think we're about ready to go with Pumpin'. So here we are, first map from Dutchman.
This is definitely Dutch.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely Dutch.
This will give you a taste of what to expect from the Dutch warm-ups too.
Oh yeah.
Heavy stream sections here as well, mixed in with those large jumps. Quick wiggle there, was hit. And yeah, just short of the end, we'll make sure we have no fail on. We'll definitely need them for the Dutch warm-ups. So
Definitely.
yeah, that was
Thankfully,
bumping. Little teaser, a little appetizer for you.
Yeah, thankfully that was a short map, so it was basically almost over at the
Yeah,
fail.
yeah. So I think up next we'll get you with the very first Petje map. So this is just a absolute masterpiece from the Dutch catch community. This is what you get when you just embrace the chaos, go with the flow, try to make the funniest warm-up you can. This was back in the good old days when World Cup still had warm-ups. Rest in peace, warm-ups. But yeah, definitely not a serious map, but is a very fun one to watch. What's up? Why not? Oh, okay. Do we have the other one? Huh? Do we have the other one? Both couldn't be done. Both couldn't be done? Okay. Okay. All right, never mind. Apparently there were some issues with downloading those maps. That is very sad. But instead, Dutchman will be playing Image Material, which is a very infamous catch map. It used to be, it's kind of like the Big Black of catch in some ways, you could say. So yeah, we'll see how Dutchman can do on an Image Material run. Good luck to him. So it'll start out slow, as any nice long map will. This one mapped by CLSW. It's a rather old one, mapped and ranked back in 2016. 7 minutes long, star rating 7.84, AR 9.8, and yeah, very spooky description. How fast can you go? We will find out, because believe me, it goes fast.
I mean, yeah, for its time in 2016, this was one of the end game maps in the rank section when it got ranked.
Absolutely. 260 BPM, AR 9.8, and let the fun begin. So you can see pretty dense stream section, a lot of wiggles and jumps mixed in there as well.
Yeah, a lot of the non-hyper dashes are actually pretty, like, you actually have to dash quite a bit to get them. There's quite a big spacing between them. So you have to be on the dash key a lot. You have to be spamming it quite a bit on this map. Sometimes even holding dash, just fully.
Absolutely, yep. We'll get some heavier stream sections as well in here, but you can see these super wide dashes. And this is another song that's really just plays on that endurance aspect a ton.
Absolutely.
It's tricky at first. You know, if you just had 2 minutes of this, it would be like a fun little technical map. But when you're like 6 minutes in and you're just dying, your hands hurt, you want to stop, you have to keep going all the way to the end. It truly was a monster of its time, and still a well-respected map to this day.
You have these like stream sections that sort of just come out of nowhere, and they're so fast that you just have to do these like really fast movements with your fingers to hit them.
Yeah.
And with the air as well, they sort of just catch you off guard if you're not used to them, if you don't know what you're getting into.
We get these long, you wouldn't quite call them stair sections, they're little like stand sections, which you would think would be easy. It's just a column of notes, but the timing to jump from one to the next is very thin, and you have to make sure you hit it just right. It can be really easy to mess that up, and if you do, you're gonna drop many notes. So,
I mean, I'll be honest, I've missed quite a few times with the full combo run on those sort
yeah.
of slow ones. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta beware of even what looks like it's not too hard. The timings are tricky, especially with catch. You have a set movement speed. You can only click left and right, and it goes as fast as it goes unless you hit dash. So, big part of that difficulty is just getting your timing right, making sure you're moving as soon as you can, but not too soon to miss the previous note. We get into one of those chorus sections of the song now.
Oh yeah, those wriggles as well right there. Those back and forths.
And it's right before the slow section too. That's such a demotivator there.
Because they will get you. They
Yeah,
will get
oh,
you.
they will get you, and then you have this nice slow section to just think about what happened.
Take it all in.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
it's the standing in the rain crying moment when you find that miss right before.
Even the music fits.
Yeah. But luckily, it is a little break section. Gets you catch some stamina up a little bit.
But getting now into the hardest section of the map, I'd say here, the death streams.
Yeah. You need the break for this.
Yeah, it starts off with these sort of jumps, and then it just gets into these brutal streams, as we'll see right here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely brutal. And just a reminder again, this is impromptu. He did not practice this map. This is like one of those hardest maps, and impromptu, he's playing it right now, so he's doing a great job.
On a setup he's basically never played on either.
Yeah, setup, he's never played the setup. He's on the stage, impromptu, playing an infamously hard map. There we go, hitting some of those wiggles very nicely, hitting the jumps as well. We get back into another chorus section. This is that part of the map where you're about like 4 to 5 minutes in and your hand's just saying, please let me stop.
But it just won't let up.
Yeah, it keeps going. Get another final kind of section moving in towards that outro. The job is finally almost done, but you still have a little left to go, and it will not let up.
And actually, yeah, like right near the end, there's this one sort of very out of nowhere stream section as well. I think it's right here.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, imagine holding a full combo there, and then you miss on like the
Yeah.
last back and forth there, and it's just.
That's brutal. You get another little kind of slow, quiet section to think about what just happened if you found that miss.
I feel like some people would even just quit there if they missed
Yeah,
there.
they're just, yeah, that might be the rage quit moment as well for some people.
And even this part with the AR, and with if you're at full combo or something, you have the
Yeah.
nerves. Like
The
this
nerves,
is missable.
the
This
nerves
is actually
can
missable.
kill you right
Yeah.
here. It's actually missable. One last little note, and there you have it. That is image material. All right. right, to give it up for Dutchman. All right, Dutchman, any quick words on playing catch or the maps you showed or anything today?
Catch is just a game mode where instead of the other game modes, I feel like everything's possible. Well, because having a catcher instead of having to click something truly like doesn't place any limits, which is why we have some of the craziest, most creative maps and creative mappers as well. And I think that shows something and how good of a game mode it actually is, even though nobody really does give it a try.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree there. With those limitations, you have creative solutions. So definitely give catch a try. And once again, thank you to Dutchman for playing with us today.
FISO does not want to get interviewed. What? FISO does not want to get interviewed.
All right. So we got plenty more players to go. I'll try not to sit on the mic. That's not good. And up next is going to be Fizzo. So he's going to be showing us. So we saw Mouse Dash, a weird kind of play style. We saw some cool Dutch songs and image material. So now we're going to see a skill set that you would see in high-end tournaments. We're going to see low approach rate and Very nice play there. So that was our first map from Fizzo. I believe we're going to have one more map from him. And this one going to be another spotlight map, actually. This time from Sekre, the captain of the USA CTB team. Also a prolific mapper and BN. All the above. He's very involved. And yeah, this is one of his maps. Going to be Relief. And this one, if you thought AR 8.4 was slow, this is AR 7. That's right, 7. Circle size is normal, 3.7. Actually, even a little on the big side, perhaps. But yeah, now all the way down to approach rate 7. This is like end game tournament approach rate for that gimmick pick, especially if you have to play it with hidden.
Yeah. Oh yeah, AR 7 hidden. That's
yeah, that's something not many people can do.
And like on a map like this, you know, usually you'd see AR 7 normally on like salads, right? Like these really easy maps that don't even have hyper dashes. But this map has patterns that you would see on a high rain and a low overdose, you know.
Yeah.
And it is AR 7. So the patterns are dense. The approach rate is 7. It is just a setup for a nightmare, basically. If you ask me, at least.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but I will just say take a good look at what this looks like here with this low approach rate on Nomad, because we will have low approach rate hidden as well coming up. So you'll get to see how much harder it becomes when you flip hidden on and you can't see the bottom half of the screen anymore.
Oh yeah. I imagine a lot of people that aren't that familiar with catch don't even know what hidden looks like on catch.
Yeah. So for catch with hidden, the notes, they look about normal at the top, and about halfway down, they start to fade out, and they're just completely gone on the bottom half of your screen. So you have to basically remember a few notes ahead and kind of play in the past in your mind.
Yeah.
Makes it super hard with the low approach rate. With the high approach rate, it's like, you're going to be looking up there anyway, maybe not that big of a deal. But that low approach rate, you really have to like memorize a couple notes at a time constantly throughout the entire song.
Because they're falling down so slow, so you have to just like have it in your head as you play.
You have to be able to visualize those notes as they disappear.
Yeah. But this time, Faiso actually on 99.67% accuracy.
Yeah, really nice accuracy on this one.
Maps like this, I'd imagine you like nerves would have a big effect on that, but
Absolutely,
even when playing on stage, I mean 99.65 now, or 4-story. Very impressive.
Yeah, AR7 definitely nerves can play into that pretty hard just because of how slow it moves. If you're getting nervous, you might want to move a little early, and that could throw you off and make you not hit the note moving too far, or even just moving a little late, either way.
And these patterns are evil as well, because some of these dashes, like not all of them look like dashes, you know what I mean? You may misunderstand and you might try and walk them, but then it's a dash and you're just way behind, and the pattern keeps going and you're just completely behind.
So what I'd call classic Sekre mapping. You love it or you hate it. It definitely has a unique style of mapping, but very prolific mapper though.
I believe the second most ranked sets in the game, just behind Descendants.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe the most now. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Ascendancy, he's still making a few maps here and there, so he might be holding the title for a little bit.
Yeah.
But definitely, yeah, Sekre's up there. Or if you're a real old school gamer, you might know him as his old name, Chicken Bible.
Yeah, Sekre.
I still whine at him at least once a week to change his name back to Chicken Bible. That's such a good name.
Bring back Chicken Bible.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, this map is a bit longer than the previous one. I think it's more than 5 minutes, this one, so even more time that you need to just hold your focus completely.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, the moment you sort of go on autopilot in your head, you'll start missing a lot. on this approach rate. So you need to just be completely focused throughout, or you just start train missing.
Yeah, this one 5 minutes, 7 seconds long.
Yeah. There it is, though.
Yeah, so that was Fizzo. Please give it a good round of applause for Fizzo. Showing off that low AR and high CS skill set. And I believe up next, now we will have Zach coming on. Zach, you want to talk about old maps, old players. Boy, is Zach one of them. He has played, I don't know how many CWCs now.
I think 10.
Like 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Played in 10 World Cups, and he is the resident low approach rate hidden player. So I promised you some low approach rate hidden. You're going to see some now as we get Zach coming over to show that off to us. So some other stuff I can say about Zach while he's setting up. He's also a streamer. So if you ever wanted to catch just some casual player streamers for catch, Zach, definitely a good one to check out. He streams quite a bit, and he's always showing off some interesting catch gameplay, especially with that low AR hidden skill set.
Avid score farmer as well. So.
Yeah, score farmer as well. He's huge into score farming. I believe, I don't know if he's still doing it, but he also is trying to have a pass on every single, I think, ranked map in catch. And I think actually the whole game too, I think including standard. But I'll have to check on the details. But yeah, so he's a big completionist, score farmer, low approach rate hidden player. He does it all. He's been here for 10 years plus. I think we have some audio issues with the client, maybe. This is what a million BPM sounds like. Please hold, we'll get that fixed in just a moment here.
All right. No one put this.
I gotta relaunch the game in a second because nobody put my skin. Okay. Did anything happen? Like with audio? Yeah.
All right, there we go. I think we got that fixed. Sorry about that. Just quick technical difficulties. But we're getting the client back in there. And ready to go.
A little bit of technical difficulties, no big deal.
Don't worry, we got Poon on the case. If anyone can fix it, he can.
That is true.
So I guess in the meantime, while doing that, some other catch activities you can check out if you're interested. There are some tournaments going on right now. The CWC for this year just ended recently, but we do have a 3-digit and a 4-digit version of the Catch World Cup that are both ongoing right now. 3-digit one going to be in grand finals soon. and I believe the 4-digit one has just recently started.
Yeah, qualifiers ended, I believe, last week. So
Okay, yeah. So just finished qualifiers. So lots of cool tournament play to check out if you're interested.
Circle.
Here we go. I think we got client fixed. Just getting the settings good to go. We can get started. All right, and first map we're going to be starting out with, it looks like is going to be Sakura's Fall.
I'm looking at the statistics now.
Oh,
CS
no.
7.54 and AR 7.84.
Yeah.
That is evil. It was hard rock as well, so.
So there you go. Zach playing with his classic skin. And he is a hidden main. He'll always be playing with hidden pretty much. If you make him play without hidden, he will not be happy. So this one from actually a new featured artist as well. I believe newer featured artist, Sam String. Definitely a very cool artist. I would recommend checking them out, checking out their maps. This one gonna be about 3 minutes long.
And I believe this is a convert, right?
Yes, this one is a convert. That is another interesting skill set that it does exist in other modes. Like Mania and Taiko do have converts, but they're not really a popular thing. They're not commonly played. Converts have a long and storied history in Catch the Beat. And the very beginnings of the game, converts was all there was. You just had standard maps and you could play them as Catch. And how those converts work is you just take the horizontal axis and it just follows those notes. So you can just take a straight up standard map and load it right up into Catch the Beat, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now with this convert. It has obviously been replaced by specific maps for many, many years now, but it still is a big part of our identity. It's still in most of our tournaments. Catch World Cup this year finally dropping it down to just one per pool, but most other tournaments it's about a 50-50 split or like 60-40 split of specific and converts. Definitely a skill set that is still cherished and valued within the community.
Yeah, and as the community is like relatively small, there's not, compared to standard maps, there's not that many ranked catch maps.
Yeah.
But that's why, being able to just convert a standard map into a catch map without having to do anything, right? It's really, really nice, and makes it a lot more options for you, basically. You have all the standard maps and the catch maps.
Yeah.
to catch.
It's definitely a godsend for tournaments that don't have a million custom mappers, because if you try to not reuse the specific maps, eventually you're running out of maps to pick as they get made. So big help there. But also, I would say this is the best way to start. If you're a standard player, you're I guess not Mania or Taiko, but yeah, if you're a standard player, or if you happen to play converts in one of the other modes, and you want to give catch a try, don't worry about finding a catch map, figuring out, what's a good map to play. Don't worry about it. Just find your favorite standard map and try it out as a convert. Start with the earlier difficulties and move up from there. That's really the best way to get into it, is just find a map you enjoy, a song you enjoy, and just give it a try. We've already converted one standard player here today to playing catch this weekend, and we're only halfway through COE, so it's a lot of fun to play. Definitely recommend checking it out.
Especially once you get through sort of the early steps in catch.
Yeah.
And you start getting introduced to these hyper dashes and all of that. It just becomes addicting, really.
Yeah.
It really does.
The barrier to entry is not that high. The controls are very simple, but obviously the ceiling can just grow and grow as we get crazier and crazier maps coming out with different kind of skill sets in mind. All right, so that was Sakura's Fall, played by Zach. All right, and another infamous map coming in for the second one. This is going to be Wing My Way. This is difficulty on this one is called Hell Jumping. You'll see why very shortly. This one, very hard, approach rate 8, so low AR hidden, and yeah, very tight jumps. This is really just an infamous map. Really old map too. It was originally submitted in 2010 and ranked in December of 2013. It's So an appropriately old map for an appropriately old player like Zach.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This
And
is his kind of jam.
and one thing you'll find with these old specific maps that are like actually made for catch is that as catch is sort of, it started, you know, we started getting ranked maps for catch in like what, 2013 or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so these older maps, you'll find that the mapping style is still being developed. You know, people are still trying to sort of find out what the meta is for catch mapping, and that's why some of them may look, honestly, kind of like converts, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of that early mapping does look like it because that's how they started out.
Yeah.
Really, Catch didn't have that editor. It finally got its editor. It's basically just the standard editor still. Yeah, so a lot of those early maps, that is kind of, you can get specifics that feel like converts as well, and that's definitely, you could say, for this one. But it does have catch in mind, so the jumps are very intentional.
But with this map, with hidden and the low approach that it has, I mean, it just becomes very, very difficult, especially as the spacings on these jumps, sorry, is just intentionally made to be evil. I mean, the difficulty is called hell jumping.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this one is very evil, for sure.
Yeah, and you can see just how far those jumps are thanks to Zach's skid background. Some really wide jumps. And with hidden and approach rate 8, so not only do you got to make those really tight, long jumps, you have to memorize where they are, because the notes are going to disappear halfway down the screen. All right, and that was Wing My Way, played by Zach.
Oh, and we have one more map, actually.
Yeah, one more map to end it out. It's going to be a marathon. It's another classic. This one is The Pretender, but difficulty name Fruit Ender. It is a specific, this time AR9, star rating of 5, but it is 6.5 minutes long and a bit of a brutal one. It's another favorite map of Zach's. This is also another really old one. It is actually approved, not ranked, and it was both submitted and approved in 2013.
Oh, you know it's old when it's approved and not ranked.
Yeah. There you go, difficulty jumping up in there. So again, with this being such an old map, despite it being a specific, it is going to have some of that convert feel to it. A little bit nicer, a little more forgiving on some of the spacings since it is catch in mind, but again, early mapping, they were still kind of figuring out what the meta is, how to do things properly.
Yeah, especially spacings in general, I think. One thing you'll find in like these old, really old specifics is that the spacing may seem honestly random at times. It's because it feels unforgiving, especially at the harder maps, because they were supposed to be the hardest at the time, right? Like, for example, this map.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, the spacings were really evil for its time, and even now.
Yeah, it definitely gives them a bit of a flair to it. Now we have mapping that is much more technical and harder, but not relying on just really gimmicky jumps to do that, but makes these a bit of a blast to play, coming back into where difficulty was all about these kind of weird spacings and jumps.
Absolutely, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
And the first miss there actually.
Oh.
Held a full combo for quite some time, actually.
About 450 combo in, quarter of the map. 6.5 minute map, so that is just shy of like 2 minutes, or yeah, about like a minute and a half without finding a miss.
And on this map with hidden, that's actually looked really good.
Oh yeah. The star rating of 5 is definitely misleading on this one. Artifact of it being an old map.
Yeah, I think you'll find on most old maps that the star rating is usually just lies and deception.
Yeah. Star rating is more tuned to the more common mapping meta these days.
Absolutely. Really good song though.
Yeah, classic by Infected Mushroom. Or the Foo Fighters for the original.
Well, this section right here with the inconsistent spacings between the sliders, and yeah, then you have those jumps that just have these unforgiving spacings, to say the least. And these stream patterns right here, the micro movements within them, we have to do tiny wiggles just in the middle of a stream. It's brutal, and Zach is hitting it right now, actually. This is actually kind of crazy. Oh, now here you go.
Now you got these wiggle spacings where it's small enough that you just want to hold in the middle, because if you try to wiggle that, it's gonna just be a nightmare for your wrist. But you gotta make sure you're perfectly centered on that. So you're a little off, you're gonna miss a ton of notes, and it's a disaster. But Zach hits them all.
Yeah, I think he hit the whole stream section actually.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was really good.
Coming out of there with 400 combo into another build-up section. Oh no! An unfortunate miss there. You can see the wiggle of the catcher there. He was not happy about that one. But he's back into it. Immediately back into getting some combo going there. These really wide jumps, these are cross-screen jumps.
Oh yeah. And even these like 1-1 rhythm jumps right here, like they're so spaced that you have to just go immediately to the right and immediately to the left.
Yeah.
A little bit more streams here.
Oh no.
Just misplaced that stack a little bit.
Yeah, missed that one stack jump. He hit the rest of them though. And back into another chorus section.
Very jump heavy one. The stream section right here is also quite unforgiving. As you can see, you have wiggles in the middle of the stream section where you have to go back and forth to the BPM of the streams, which is obviously 1/4 rhythm. Faster than your normal patterns, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you may have clicked the boss key. I think you may have...
No, we hit a boss key moment.
I don't know how he's still holding combo, though, but...
Yeah, how did he do that without losing combo?
That's kind of insane. Was it the boss key, or I don't know. He seemed to laugh at it, so I assume it was the boss key.
Yeah, we'll have to check with him after this map what happened there, but he's a wizard. He holds combo. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen boss key in an important play before. That's happened in some tournaments too.
Even in World Cups. But
World
yeah,
Cups, yeah.
That's Zach.
That is the Pretender by Zach with his low AR portrait kind of hidden showcase there. So, can have a quick word with Zach now before we send him on his way. All right, Zach, so tell us what happened there at the end of the map.
I activated sticky keys by pressing shift too many times in a row without any other keys.
All right, he's spamming dash and he hit the sticky keys. Happens to the best of us. Okay, we do have the mic now. All right, much better. So yeah, as he said, he was hitting dash too many times there in a row and activated sticky keys. Happens to the best of us, but Still didn't drop combo somehow. He's just a wizard like that. Yeah, any final words to the viewers and future catch players?
Please give catch more of a try. Once you get past learning how to dash, it gets a lot easier.
Absolutely, yeah. Just get the dash down, you're good to go. So once again, round of applause for Zach, please. All right. And then up next, getting set up, we have Nian G, or otherwise, as we call him, just Gregory. He's a fellow Dutchie, and he's going to be playing some maps for us. So we'll give it just a moment for him to get set up, and then we can begin with that.
All right, we're gonna get a Cutie Panther. All right, this is another like old classic, old banger.
Okay, so now we have Nyang, I believe.
Yeah, yep, Nyang, aka Gregory. And it looks like he's gonna be playing Cutie Panther with Hard Rock.
I think we're good to go now, yeah. Nyang, known for his hard rock skills.
Yeah, he's going to be showcasing both Nomad and Hard Rock today. All right, we have lost our view a bit, but it is still going.
Yeah, seems like it's only on our side here.
So yeah, you can see with that Hard Rock going to be very small circle size. And difficult spacing. Hard Rock going to bring you up to AR10 if you're anything above, I think it's what, 7.2 or 7.5 approach rate. It'll bring you right up to AR10, similar to the other modes. And it's also going to make the that circle size larger, or which makes smaller fruit or circles. And the other thing that makes Hard Rock kind of weird with catch specifically is the way that it moves the notes around. Depending on the exact snapping, it can kind of be randomized placement a little bit as it makes those the fruits smaller. So it can take what would be a really like nice pattern and would play very well and just make it really funky and difficult to play. So that is definitely an added difficulty with Hard Rock that you have to be watching out for.
Yeah, we call them edge dashes, or if they're really like just you have to like have a millisecond to react to them, we call them pixel dashes.
Yeah.
And there's those random patterns that you really only get in the specifics when you add Hard Rock onto it.
Yeah. With the hyper fruits, how those work is as soon as you physically cannot make the jump while holding dash the whole time, you'll automatically that previous note becomes a hyper. But you move it one pixel closer, and you just get the world's hardest jump to hit.
Exactly. It's no longer a hyper jump, but it's just harder than a hyper jump.
Yeah,
basically.
it's harder. It's like the hardest jump you can have. We call those pixel jumps, or an edge jump if it's a little closer, but still pretty far. Yeah, Hard Rock definitely can get you those with that slightly randomized placement of notes. Not sure what happened to our TV up here, or our monitor, but it's okay. But yeah, this map definitely a really old classic map as well, like some of the other ones that we've seen today. It's I know it's old if it's on my Osu install, because I started with all the maps that my brother once played, and he quit in like 2014. So if it's on one of my original maps from my collection, it's an old map for sure. And yeah, actually, yeah, there you go. Submitted 2014, so another pretty old map.
Well known in the community, though.
Well known for sure.
Classic, you could
yeah,
say.
definitely a classic. This one also a map by CLSW. We saw one of his maps earlier today. material, if I remember.
Yeah,
image material.
yeah.
Also mapped by CLSW.
For his time, CLSW was just sort of a, you know, what do you call it? An icon, a legend in the community.
He was like the mapper.
Yeah, he was the mapper.
I don't want to say the Sotarks of catch. I dare not say it, but yeah, he was he was that mapper, CLSW, in the early days, and then kind of switched over to Ascendance.
I guess because it was kind of older, CLSW. I guess you could call it the Andrea of catch.
Oh yeah.
The Italian mapper. They used to have all the maps.
So yeah, you see a CLSW map, and it's a nice old one. It's probably going to be a banger. Probably one that all the catch community knows.
That is Cutie Panther.
Yeah, there we go. Played by Nyang, or aka Gregory. And then we have, I believe, one more map he'll be showing us today. And that's going to be Asymmetry by Rayol. And this is going to be another hard rock. So that last one was, we would call that like a hard rock consistency map. You're doing kind of tournament map pulling. This one going to be that technical pick. So it's going to be a bit shorter. It's going to be a very difficult map. Especially with hard rock applied. So yeah, we got Asymmetry.
We still don't see anything on our monitor here, but let me just look behind, I guess.
Yeah, just get some good neck exercise going. But yeah, this one is going to be, like I said, a little bit more technical, more difficult. Will be a bit shorter though in return, which does help. Oh, there we go. We got our screen back.
All right, nice.
All right.
No more neck exercise.
Yeah. My neck is good to go for the week.
But yeah, this map, as you say, it's a bit more technical, and some of the streamer sections in this, or bursty, I guess, will have these awkward dashes with hard rock that you need to be really precise with, and a lot of jumps that really test your precision as well, especially because the AR, obviously, with hard rock is 10. So yeah, just you need to have full focus when you play a map like this.
Yeah, and I think this is another CLSW map, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is Crystal's Overdose.
Yeah. CLSW's guest abilities were known as Crystals. Overdose, Crystals Salute. So yeah, that is another CLSW map.
The 2015 map. Yeah, this is the set. Yeah, 2015 map. So another old one. As you can tell, a lot of the catch players, we like our old maps. We like our converts. We like all our kind of funky different things. It's not a lot of just PP farming for the most part. I mean, you have some of that, of course, but rich culture of mapping.
Yeah, because it's a relatively small community compared to other game modes. Like I feel like our sort of culture in the game mode is a lot more sort of unified, and we all sort of are involved in it, and we all know it and love it, basically.
Absolutely, so. Yeah. It's a very tight-knit community. Plenty of mapping, plenty of tournaments, and yeah, just all look out for each other and try to push ourselves further with different gimmicky maps and see just how far you can push the skill in a game mode like this.
Because there's technically no skill ceiling.
Yeah.
There are people that are still pushing the skill ceiling in this game mode.
Yeah, Pro Trade 11 double time is one of those skill ceilings being pushed at right now, and as well as further and further with that low AR hidden. So kind of two different spectrums, but those are both the limits are being pushed on those even up to today.
And about like maybe 6 years ago, stuff like that was considered impossible.
Yeah, just like straight up not possible. But
people
now
thought that humans would never be able to do that.
Yeah, and now we have people doing it.
Yeah, doing the impossible, you could say. And that's what's great about this game mode is that, you know, you have players just breaking feats and proving others that stuff that looks impossible is possible.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, back to this map though. As you can see with Hard Rock, it gets pretty tricky with these bursts and like these stream sections. You have to tap in the middle of the streams and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, very jumpy. Lots of hypers all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, holding a good combo through to the end.
Still holding the S rank as well, 98.38% here now, and only increasing as he keeps comboing. Well, you know.
Yeah, you know, with these wide jumps, if you miss one, you're gonna miss a few. Fortunately, how it goes. Nice jumps at the end, and there we go. Jose Symmetry by Real. So yeah, thank you to Nyang with those maps. And I think up next we'll be having Asian, but we can check in with Nyang, see if he has any words of wisdom for us while we have Asian setting up.
And I believe I have to go warm up as well then.
Yes, and also I'll be taking over a little solo for a bit because Ash Ketchum ourselves also the top player that is going to be playing. So let's check in with Nyang and get Asian set it up.
All right. All right, a man, a few words. Play catch. Yeah, again, thank you, Nyangji. And yeah, round of applause to him. Up next, we have Asian, who, this man, last night, we have a tournament going in the back corner, the first row, like A1 through A6, that's the catch corner. And we've been running a tournament actually hosted by Mr. Ash Ketchum over there. I was at it last minute and had to play against Asian, and I got just absolutely stomped to 0-4. It was embarrassing. But he's definitely a top player. He's got a lot of talent, and we're going to see what he can show for us today. Just getting things set up now. But all right, just getting some final setup there. And make sure everybody's got their skins and their maps. Got my laptop. So for Asian, self-described, I said, you know, what skill set are you going to be showing us today? And he said, goofy double time. So we're going to be, we'll see what goofy double time is going to bring us. And it looks like we're going to be starting out with a Kirby map. As also, I don't know why, but Kirby maps keep showing up in our tournaments all over the places, all kinds of Kirby mixes and whatnot. So he'll be showing us one of those to start out, I believe. And I think we're should be just about set up here. So I will switch back over to the headset.
Definitely glad that we got a double time player here for us. We've seen No Mod, we've seen Hard Rock, we've seen Hidden. What's the next mod? It is double time. So trying to give you guys a good taste of it all. We will have some other double time coming later as well. But make sure, yeah, we got no fail going. Cool. I think we're good to go then. We're gonna start out with a Kirby mix with double time. So this is, yeah, a very well-known map. And it is actually a convert as well. So that also adds some interesting gameplay aspects to it. But yeah, to give a little bit more background on Asian, he is Swedish, comes here from Sweden. Global rank 242. He's number 2 in Sweden. So definitely a really good player, a long-time tournament player as well. Plays in the World Cups, plays in community tournaments, and he has a really good double time, as we're seeing now. So they sung by Suzumu Hirasawa. And the approach rate on this one before double time is AR8. I believe that's 10.2, something around there for that approach rate. And also has a base star rating of 5.49. And it is just shy of 11 minutes long before double time is applied, so that'll drop down to about like 6 to 7 minutes, I believe. It's a little bit longer map, but makes sense for double time. Yeah, we see these streams into these super wide cross-string jumps, and some wiggles in there as well. That's kind of the classic for these Kirby mix songs. They tend to have a slightly higher circle size. We have CS5 here, and then there'll be a mixture of streams and just like really wide jumps. Density often is a bit on the low side, though it can ramp up. And with it being a mix, it's also going to be changing songs and kind of changing mapping style throughout as well. I believe this map also is like a huge collab as well. So not only are you switching songs, you're switching standard mappers with all of this then being converted. One being the Kirby Mix Deluxe difficulty. So also another really old map, actually. I didn't even realize that till now. It makes sense though why it keeps showing up in my tournaments, but it is a 2011 map. Once again, submitted and approved. Not ranked, but approved in May of 2011. So one of those classic old fun maps that you pull out in the multiplayer lobby. These just brutally wide jumps. And then it just casually goes back into some like streams and wiggles like nothing happened. Before going on to your very next song. See, again, as the song switches, get a bit of a different patterns. This one, a bit more streamy. Still has these jumps, though. Still has a similar kind of feel throughout. I think all the mappers clubbing did a good job on trying to make the identity feel a bit cohesive, but with the different song comes just a different mapping style, inevitably. There we go. A bit heavier on the wiggles here. Very difficult wiggles. Very short timings. And then just like that, it's all over. It just out of nowhere, these just really crazy wiggles hit you. Gotta be on your toes for the entire map. We get the density going up even more now. BPM increase as well. See some kind of like side triples and then short little stacks. For the most part, looks like sliders converted. Oh, and there we go. Very heavy wheels here. For those ones, you pretty much have to just try to center it. You can maybe wiggle it if you're very fast, but otherwise you're gonna have to hold it right in the perfect center to hit all three. And you can see this section is just brutal. And then we just changed it into another song just like that. So this one, definitely a good map to test kind of all the different mapping styles in place, kind of skill sets, at least as far as converts go. You'll have some specific mapping styles that you probably won't find in a convert, but you get a really nice mix of jumps, wiggles, streams, everything out of this map. So very nice map for the showcase here. Kind of show you all that DT has to offer, at least as far as converts go. All right, and I believe ACN did have one more map for us. We're running a bit short on time, so I think we're going to move on to the next one for now. But perhaps maybe can have them come back for a little encore later, depending on how the time looks. But want to make sure we can get to everybody. So with that being said, up next is going to be Ash Ketchum. And I will switch over to the other mic so we can have a final word with ACN real quick.
All right, mic check. There we go. So what can you tell us about that Kirby mix and maybe just playing double time in general?
It was kind of frustrating because I hit some of the really hard parts, but I kept missing everywhere else. But that map is not possible to FC with double time. Like, there will be many years before anyone even gets close to doing that.
Yeah, definitely a difficult one, especially it's like a 10-minute long convert map. Even with double time, that only buys you down to like 7 minutes or something. So yeah, awesome play. Any final words for everybody?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty, another round of applause for ACN, please. Thank you. All right, and then we have the man himself, Ash Ketchum. He was here commentating with me earlier, and he's heading over to the stream PC. And he will be showing us high approach rate double time. So we saw what we had self-described as goofy double time. It was a compilation of Kirby songs, and it was a convert. But I believe we're going to see some specifics now. High approach rate. Ash Ketchum, player from Iceland.
There we go. Nice short sweet one. First one from Ash Ketchum. The what we would call an entry level high approach rate double time. All right. Up next we have Tokohana, another map from Sekre, and this one is going to be the higher approach rate double time with kind of like a long consistency map this time around. So we saw like a nice short intro. This one, 4 minutes, 17 seconds for double time, so that'll drop us right around to 3 minutes. So this would be more what you'd see in a tournament for a consistency double time pick towards the later stages for that high approach rate base of 9.1. See this one, definitely pretty jump heavy. Not quite wiggles, mostly just jumps here and a couple sliders. Oh, and Ash Ketchum finding a first miss there, but got a quarter of the way through. And the map just jumps right back into it. So 169 BPM before double time. Now we get a bit of a depth stream section here. Does hit most of them. Now get into the second third of the map. So yeah, nothing too crazy as far as the map goes here. Once again, like I said, this would be what you could expect from a towards the end game of a tournament consistency double time play. Still very hard nonetheless, though. A high approach rate, not for everybody. Mentioned Sekre being the kind of modern prolific mapper. This is again another Sekre map. Another fun fact about Ash being from Iceland, he hasn't been able to participate in Catch World Cup yet, but we think this coming year they're going to finally have enough players to have a squad, and they're going to shoot for qualifying. So we may finally get to see Ash playing Catch World Cup. It's been a dream of his for a while. There we go. That was that second map. That was the kind of standard consistency double time high approach rate. We got one more map for you, and this one is what Ash would call the top end of high approach rate double time. Not a AR11. But this is a very difficult map, another one from Sekre, and Ash saying, I will B-rank this, so expect this to be very difficult. It's going to be 3.5 minutes. Here we go. Final map from Ash Ketchum. This one's also under 90 BPM before double time, as well as a start rating 5.64 and a approach rating 9.2, again, all before double time. And if my math was better, I would do it in my head on what that jumps up to. So we see this one a bit harder. It's a higher approach rate, 9.2. Also higher BPM, denser map. These jumps are just brutal. But Ash maintaining just shy of actually an S rank right now. He's at a high A rank. It actually is actually going back up now. It will find some drops, but yeah. He will stay in A rank territory until he drops below 94%, and will be back into S rank territory if he hits 98%. He's battling right around 97 right now, halfway through the map. So, doing an excellent job for a map he predicted a B rank on. But map Unrelenting just keeps going. It is 3.5 minutes long as well. Definitely a stamina issue, especially with high double time. You can see some brutal hypers there as he finds a couple more misses. Still maintaining the A rank though. We're now 2/3 of the way through the map. Ash trying to hold on to these wide jumps. Heavy wiggles. He does hit that one there. See for the spinning section, just gonna catch his breath instead of spinning. Very wise choice. Because it's gonna jump right back into it. Just be brutal speed. Now 1/4 of the way to go. Maintaining the A rank. It's getting close though. This section is just so fast. The wiggles are so hard. Gets his footing back again though. He's building up a bit of combo. Oh, but those hypers. He's down into the B rank just barely. He needs like 0.75%. Then something's frozen there. Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, just 0.75% away from getting that A rank. So he's doing very good for how he predicted so far. Getting the final little section of the map. That speed just gonna keep going. And yeah, this ending just absolutely brutal. All right, that was some high approach rate double time by Ash Ketchum. We'll get a word from him now as we have Leno setting up next.
There we go. All right, Ash. So you played some double time there. So all a high approach rate, but varying levels of difficulty. What more can you tell us about those maps you just played?
Well, I definitely don't have the stamina that I used to have. On the third map, my hand was on its limits. Let's say it like that. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to sort of start off with like entry-level, high-end, high-air DT, which I did pretty well on. But then, you know, I mean, the high-air DT is very sort of challenging for your hands and just reading in general. So, you know, it's not something you can necessarily play for a long time with no warm-up. But I'm still proud of what I did on stage. So yeah, and DT is great. It's awesome. Play DT, guys.
Absolutely wonderful performance from Ash there, and I think that means I get to have him back on the casting couch as well. Don't have to go solo anymore, so I'm glad to have you back. But with that, I think we're going to have Leno setting up now, and we're going to see some converts and spinners. I'll switch back to my headset.
So I mentioned one of the skill sets being shown is going to be spinners. So that is another skill that obviously spinners exist in standard and the other modes. Mania, not exactly, but besides the point, spinner definitely can be a huge thing for tournament play in catch. It is going to be what decides a tie. Unlike standard in some of the other modes, there is no judgments on the notes. You either hit the note or you miss the note. So it's actually not that uncommon, especially on the easier, earlier rounds, for the top-tier players to be just completely assessing the map. And it can come down to a spinner battle on who wins. Spinners and catch, they work similarly to the other modes, I would say. But what you'll see on the screen is just a big rain of traditionally bananas or other notes, depending on your skin. And it's you just catch as many as you can. Try to find the optimal path for that. No penalty for any misses. But yeah, With that, I think we can get started with the first map. So take it away, Leno. This first one is going to be Kyoki Chiden. One of the classiest Osu songs, in his opinion. Full version, it's an almost 6-star convert with specific like patterns.
Right. So one thing about converts as well is that the star rating is usually a bit deceiving compared to specifics, because converts have these unpredictable patterns that, you know, the catch sort of star rating formula wouldn't necessarily pick up on, but they're way harder than most patterns in specifics.
Yeah, that is one reason for a bit of decline in convert play is just they are hard to earn PP on. If you're just trying to rank up, ranks your goal, converts. A good way to get into the mode, but not going to get you the most PP because they're probably going to be a bit underweighted. This one coming in at 5.94, but it's also approach rate 10. So this is it's no mod, but it is capped out at that AR10, 280 BPM. So a very fearsome convert map.
Indeed. I mean, you don't see a lot of converts over 6 stars anyway. Ranked ones at least. So yeah.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of rank, this one is loved.
Oh, this one's loved.
Funny enough, it is a 2013 map that got loved in 2018.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, just looking at the patterns, they definitely do remind me of some other sort of specific maps. I think it's because the rhythm is so dense that it just has non-stop sort of streamy patterns that you would see in specifics as well. And Leno here actually holding 99.81% accuracy.
Oh, that stack.
And I mean, yeah, that stack.
That's how you know it's a convert.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely helped him with the combo as well, for sure. That's like just 100 combo on that stack alone almost.
Yeah, that is one blessing you can get from converts. Every now and then you'll get a nice stream that's just a standstill stream.
And it can be a long one as well.
Yeah.
You just stand there, take it all in.
It can throw you off though when you gotta then quickly move off depending on what node comes after it. But
yeah, especially if it's like a convert dash or an edge dash or something after it, then yeah,
it can be definitely a double-edged sword. But converts give it, converts take it.
I think the appeal of converts overall is just how unpredictable it is. You know, it definitely just it's so refreshing to play them sometimes because, you know, it's nothing that you used to because you can't. It's basically random. You know, it's a standard map, not a cache map. So.
Yeah, it's a great way to build general skill and have a break from like standard mapping patterns. Get some fresh gameplay in there.
And I believe playing converts can actually improve your catch specific skill as well.
Oh, absolutely.
You're ready for any pattern if you know how to play converts. Your reading is way better.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It helps a ton with reading. And just fast reaction time, both in the kind of the reading area, but even with your hands being able to quickly react to different patterns.
Oh yeah. Look at Leno's accuracy right now, though, 99.73% on an almost 6-star convert. This is insane.
Yeah, this is a huge play from him so far. And it's approach rate 10 on a setup that you're not familiar with. AR10 is difficult as it is, let alone on a brand new setup. Exactly. On a stage, camera in your face, nerves on. And we'll hold that 99.65% accuracy all the way through to the end.
9 misses on basically
nice
6-star convert.
Yeah.
And it's AR10, and wow, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah. Oh no, another classic map coming out. So this one going to be focused more on those jumps. It is another convert, this time 3 minutes long, and is Atama no Taiso. It's a Miku song.
Looks like he added on hard rock onto this one as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, base star rating here 5.44, approach rate 9. It's going to be bumped up to 10 with hard rock.
This is also another classic song in the Osu community, not just catch, but just Osu in general, especially for those that have played Osu for a while.
Yeah, one of those classic old bangers. Double check time on this one. Yeah, this one submitted 2011, approved again. Once again, approved 2012. So another banger. That's classic.
And again, even on hard rock, on a 6-star convert, basically 99.66% accuracy. Leo's playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, this player is no joke. He's a long-time tournament player. Knows how to get it done, and especially with that convert skill set, that can be huge in some tournaments, especially the ones that have the higher amount of converts in them.
That still include the converts, yeah. Unlike casual cup.
We'll get the converts back in there one day. We still have one. We have our footholds. We have our footholds.
There it is, though. 99.62% accuracy.
Yeah,
4 misses.
4 miss.
4 miss on this is actually good. What?
He's gonna be upset he wasn't logged in for that. Lose out on some PP, but yeah, another amazing play from him. And we got one more song for you. This one gonna be focusing a bit on that spinner map. Alma guessed this one is a specific this time around.
Yeah, I think it's just a spinner.
Is it just spin? I might be.
I think this map is only a spinner.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is what a spinner looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. In case if anyone was wondering, we have what, like 2 minutes of, or
about a minute and a half.
A minute and a half, a spinner, just a spinner. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
But yeah, Leno definitely good at the spinner. You can see he's not just randomly spamming back and forth. There is a good way to spin and a bad way to spin. You have to be able to kind of visualize the path that will get you the most bananas, or in this case, yellow circles. And with the different kind of randomized density patterns, they do line up in a bit of a path where there is an optimal path through to hit the most notes that you can. Another thing to note is it's not, when I say randomized, I don't mean every time you play it'll be different. It is the same every time, so you can practice spinner. That is something people will do. Especially for tournament play where they're worried about it going to a spinner battle at the end. You will have people who not only practice the map, but practice the spinners as well, trying to make sure they can secure that victory. It is definitely a skill set in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, as someone that doesn't practice spinners that much, I can't tell you how many times I've lost out in a tournament because of a spinner.
Yeah.
And it's always as infuriating, and I should practice spinners, but I never do, so that's on me.
Yeah, it's always when you least expect it. All of a sudden, creates some of the most exciting moments, though. I gotta say, I've been commentating for many years. A spinner battle at the end, it just keeps the excitement.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so there we go. We got Leno with his converts.
0 points.
And it's been yeah, beautiful play. 100% accuracy, no notes.
No combo.
That is a spinner map for you. But we got one more person for us. Is going to be Ganoshi coming on. But we'll have a quick word with Leno, see if he has anything to say. All right, so there we go. Once again, Leno with the converts and the spinners. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, so play converts, they're fun, and spinners are fun, play them. Yeah, thank you.
All right, awesome. Once again, round of applause. Thank you, Leno. So we got one last player for you. It's going to be Ganoshi, player from Germany. And he's also going to be showing us a convert map. so this one, we'll be just playing one map. It's going to be a bit of a long one, but should show off a lot of different, convert different skill sets. So be a long convert, in his own words, it kind of sums up the convert skill overall quite well. Changes styles a couple times, and then with hidden, the patterns could get even harder. It might seem easy, but some of those jumps are those pixel jumps we're talking about, where it is not quite far enough to be a hyper dash, so you really have to have the most perfect timing to be able to hit it. It will be Rakira. Alright, map is playing hide and seek on us. We're going to get that map here in just 1 second. But yeah, I can tell you a little bit about this map while he is getting that downloaded. It's going to be a star rating of 7.64. That is standard. Converted 6.64 when converted. That's star rating. AR 9.8. A CS 3.5, so a little large on the circle size, but yeah, definitely no joke of a map. And 9 minutes, 51 seconds will encompass kind of all that converts have to offer. And I believe he'll be playing it with hidden. Yeah. All right. With that, I think we're about ready to go. So, just make sure we got the keybinds. That is important. All right, and off we are.
I think. Yeah, we're ready to go. Yeah.
So again, this one, Rakira, mapped by YeZog, or J-E Zog. So once again, a convert map. This was Rakira, between life and death.
It's 9 minutes long, I believe.
Yeah, 9 minutes, 51 seconds long.
So this is going to be a journey, you could say. A journey of a converts.
Yeah, starting out that journey as most long maps do, with a little bit of a slower intro, a bit of a build-up section. Very easy to slip on, especially with hidden. So it is AR 9.5, so he's giving himself at least a reasonable approach rate, not trying to slap low AR hidden in this well.
That is true.
That'd be quite a nightmare.
Yeah, imagine a 9-minute convert, that is AR 8. And with these patterns as well.
No thank you, no thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I might have like a nightmare about that tonight. Yeah, so it may be a map you're familiar with, but if not, kind of visualize how it's using that horizontal access as well as the timing of the node placement to automatically generate it into a catch map. And I will say, I'll give a small shout out to Laser. The Laser client now has an actual catch editor where you can visualize the nodes and see the map as you're mapping it. But even to this day, in the stable client, the catch mapper is just the standard mapper.
Yeah. In the editor, you have to place nodes down like you would in standard.
Yeah, you're literally like mapping standard even today in stable. So.
And like you don't have like a live feed of what you're mapping. You have to test play the map every single time to see what the map looks like in catch. It can be a pain.
Yeah.
As someone that wants to rank the map.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially when you have to apply mods and all that. So yeah.
Yeah. So definitely very thankful for our mappers for going through all that to bring us awesome maps. But again, kind of gives you that idea of how similar the mapping can be. But with those specifics, obviously, you have catch in mind, so you make the jumpings and the spacings more appropriate. Since you can't just flick across the screen instantly with your pen tablet quite like you can in standard. See another bit of a kind of build-up section in the map. Tough wiggle sections. And
getting into some streams now. Yeah, heavy stream section here.
And like, because it's a convert stream, it looked like you actually had to dash on different like times in the middle of the stream. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't intuitive at all. It wasn't flowy at all. You sort of just had to like tap dash in the middle of the stream to like make sure you hit the path.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed it out. That is definitely a skill set that you wouldn't think of with the converts. Is sometimes you get streams like that where you just have to like tap dash partway through because the stream it just wasn't made with catch in mind. And that adds some extra difficulty to be able to just feel that out and just know I'm not quite where I need to be. I need just a little tap of the dash, just a little boost forward to get me in the right spot. And it's just a skill you build over time. It can apply to specific as well, but you'll definitely have a need for that kind of a skill in converts more often, I would say. Just a little bit of a break section of these really long sliders. And it just jumps right back into it.
Oh yeah. It's unpredictable convert movements as well. With random hypers scattered across. I mean, it is brutal. It is brutal.
See the kind of different playstyles as mentioned kind of throughout the map. Different sections of the song changes up a bit, different patterns that are matching. A lot of really wide jumps there. We'll get that first nice big break section halfway through the map. But not too long of a break, a little bit of a spinner before we jump right back in. These are some pretty tight spacings for these jumps.
Sliders as well with hitting at this approach rate, where like the slider tick just sort of travels like all of a sudden to the right, and you have to react to it instantly. It's actually a lot harder than those.
Those patterns right there.
Oh, and those wiggles as well.
Those are borderline impossible to hit, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
At least without a ton of practice.
Absolutely.
And you'd have to hit it just right. That's another thing you can see with these converts. You'll just see these really dense sections. These would be like some crazy jump patterns in a standard map. And obviously playable in standard, but then you convert that, and if they happen to be on that horizontal axis, it can just be a nightmare to try and hit and catch.
That's why like you see on like 6-star plus convert leaderboards, you don't really see a lot of full combos.
Yeah.
Because some of the patterns in there, like especially long ones, long maps,
yeah,
like it's just be unhittable almost.
Yeah.
Like you'll have to have RNG basically if you want to hit all the patterns in some of them.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially on those long ones. You'll see people just go for, trying to get as much combo as they can in the sections and just accept that, a miss is coming in that one pattern or those two patterns.
Exactly.
Some pretty wide spacings on this. You're not getting the hypers on these. You just, almost memorization here for some of these. You just have, those wide jumps. You just got to be ready for them.
Approaching the last quarter of the map though now. I mean, it is a long one, so maybe we're not approaching it just yet, even though the clock basically says that, but...
Yeah, we've got about, I'd say about two minutes or so left in the map. 2 to 3 minutes.
You know, she's actually playing really well here. 96.89% accuracy on a map like this with hidden.
Yeah, mad lad doing it with hidden.
Yeah, on stage and everything. We've said it all before, always impressive.
It's not only harder to read, but harder to recover. Really, that's at least personally what I struggle with hidden the most is when you do finally miss, you can't see where the notes are, and you just have to still use that memory when you're panicking to recover. But
yeah, I don't know. Also, like when I play, I can be full comboing for quite a bit. Then I find the first miss, and even if I do recover, I start doubting my
Yeah,
hitting
yeah.
memory. You know, I start doubting it for the rest of the play, and that's maybe I'll find more missing because of that.
Yeah, it's a real mental game playing hidden, especially at a high level. Yeah, now getting into that final minute and a half of the map. In the victory lap almost. No, she's still holding strong with just shy of 97% accuracy. She's in the upper, kind of the upper half of that A rank. 1% away from an S rank even.
An S rank on this would be insane.
Yeah.
Considering all the conditions and everything.
Oh yeah. This is something you'd be proud of getting an S rank on, even just from the come through of your home.
Oh yeah.
Playing it, you know, a couple of times, but here we go, Ganoshi just 1% away. Bit of a drop there with that difficult stream. And now we're going to get into those final patterns.
Oh my, wait, he actually hit that. Wait.
Holy sh... wow. This map just going crazy at the end.
At the end, right? Yeah. And
right.
He's hitting it.
He's hitting it too. He's like 9 minutes into a map. And the song just going, oh my, he hit that too.
He hit the wiggle at the end of that stream. Wow.
Yeah, I think he just got the placement just right on it.
Oh, but then these really spaced jumps here as well. These are going to be really tricky.
Yeah, these are brutal.
I mean, I could imagine like one of the top players in the world maybe having a full combo on this Nomad, then getting to that end and missing. You know,
Yeah,
like that
oh, yeah.
ending was brutal. What?
But yeah, Ganoshi playing very well even through to the ending. A wonderful play, just shy of 10 minutes. Give it up for Ganoshi. We'll have a quick word with him and then we can wrap it up. All right, so that was Ganoshi with a very difficult convert, trying to showcase all that converts can give to you. Ganoshi, any words for us?
Yeah, I think like even standard players like know that converts are like standard maps converted into other game modes are quite difficult. In Mania, I think they are unplayable. I've heard. In Catch, they are kind of playable and they can be fun actually. But they have like difficult jumps that are like basically pixel perfect. So some of the maps are really hard to do, and I think that's all.
All right. So once again, please give a round of applause for Ganoshi. All right, and with that, that is going to conclude the Catch Showcase. So thank you guys all for watching. Again, I've been Snow Leopard here with Ash Ketchum. And again, I just want to give a really big shout out to FloFlim, who couldn't be here at COE this year, but has been putting in a ton of work behind the scenes. He's been messaging me every day saying like, hey, get the players ready. Go make sure all the stage is ready. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you to FloFlim. I know you're watching right now, so big thank you. And any final words from you, Ash, on this one?
Yeah, I mean, just thank you everyone for coming to watch this as well, and I think this is live on Twitch as well, so thank you to everyone that's watching there. Catch needs all the attention it can get, really. We're a relatively small community, but we're ever growing, you know what I mean? We're always growing, and there's a lot of passionate people in this community that are, you know, willing to make stuff like this happen, for example, the showcase, and then we're hosting tournaments all the time, and I think Catch is definitely on the rise. It's a stock that's growing, it's on the rise, and it's worth investing in. That's all I'll say. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you guys. If you want to catch us out, A1 through 6 out in the back, that's the Catch Corner. Come say hi. Watch the tournament Ash is hosting right now. I think we may even have grand finals on the side stage tomorrow, pending on that. But, you know, could be another event for you. So stop by, say hi, and we'd be happy to see you. Till then, thank you guys all. Happy to have you here.